Hey guys, this is Charlie Shrem from UntoldStories.com and Crypto.iq. I'm here today with Bjorn from BlockMesh. Thanks for hanging out today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
So I'm really excited to be working with you and consulting and advising with you on the project. Can you tell our guest a little bit about the project and about BlockMesh, what you guys are doing?
Yeah, well, BlockMesh started quite a few years ago, and our main goal was always to really push the boundaries of blockchain and distributed technology. And where we saw a huge gap in the market was mesh networking, the ability to be able to link nodes and link communication systems with mobile devices. So that's what we've done. We've been able to develop a great amount of applications, and our technology is really booming as we go on. We have a huge focus in IoT, so our whole IoT platform will be rewarding the user in BlockMesh tokens, as well as the users being able to pay for their subscriptions with cryptocurrency. So a huge focus is in IoT, and then we also have a large focus in communications itself.
With crypto working on the traditional, internet and satellite networks, BlockMesh is trying to build its completely own mesh network. Why is that so important?
Well, it's so important, obviously, to have the connection decentralized. So by us allowing the user to be a node inside of the communication network, they control the data. So there is no centralized authority on how the data works. So our network could be launched in Korea, it could be launched in China, and there's no way to shut down that network unless you actually had to shut down Bluetooth and Wi-Fi itself. We could have untainted broadcast communications in any area. There's also obviously the disaster recovery and the disaster communication system, which is also a huge plus because you don't need large infrastructure in order to roll it out. The most simplest network would obviously be just a mobile device.
And so what are some of your goals? Like, how has the network been built so far, and where are you at? I think you guys have been around for like 4 years at this point. What's the next step?
So we started off with mobile devices on their own, and we saw that as a great first step through the door. But we've obviously seen that there is weaknesses in the ranges that the mobile devices have been set to. So we've been working with a lot of other chipsets. So we've been working with some LoRaWAN chips. We've been working with Sigfox chips in order to increase the connection. So we've developed key rings that allow the user's mobile device to connect to a key ring and then broadcast up to 25 to 50 kilometers or up to 30 miles away, making the jump between nodes far, far further than just a mobile device. So that is our priority at the moment, is focusing on that and developing it further and just building the network, and obviously a complete private network.
How can that be built? I mean, how can you have cities building out these mesh networks where everyone can route information, money, data through them? I mean, is that a realistic thing to be built?
Yes, no, definitely realistic. So, I mean, there's a few companies that are currently doing it with just baseline communication. But what's great with using Sigfox or LoRaWAN is that they have low orbiting satellites, which allows us to have very good range and very good connectivity almost off the bat. Utilizing a ready-based network, Sigfox is already accepted in over 60 countries with full network coverage.
Wow.
Which means we don't have to rely on the ground, as we say, communication or hardware. We can use low orbital sites with small packet data in order to do transactions and information.
And what are the next steps with like the token, and how does the token fall in here, the BMH token, and what are you guys working on with that?
Yeah, so the number one problem with mesh networking is incentivization. Not everyone wants to share their connection without an incentive. So what we've done is we're working on the proof of network algorithm, which calculates the amount of data each node or person transacts along the network. And for that transaction, they then receive tokens in place. So as a small
incentivizing
example,
people.
Yes, so if you transfer 100 megabytes along the network via the node, you would, for example, receive 100 tokens as an incentive for helping the network.
And are you guys looking to get listed on more exchanges and have more liquidity so people can buy and sell them?
Yeah, that is priority for us. That is one of our top 3 goals is to get as many exchanges in the top 20 as possible.
That's amazing goals. Well, I think that I'm excited to help you achieve those goals, and it's a pretty big deal. And you guys have been around for a pretty long time. You went through the bear market and continuing to grow and grow the network. Anyone can check, follow the network and follow you guys. What are some of your channels, your website, your Telegram, your Twitter? What are some of your channels that people can follow what you guys have been doing and get involved and participate in the project?
Sure. Matt, I think you've got more of that information.
Cool, yeah, just unmuted myself. Hi, guys. Yeah, it's a great question. We are available at blockmesh.io, and on there you'll be able to join our Telegram group, which has a community of about 3,000 plus members, very active. Our Twitter is there, we have our website, and then our Medium is basically where we release all of our latest news and updates.
You have physical hardware people can buy, like key dongles and things like that. Are you giving these things away for people to join the mesh network?
We have a patented prototype that we developed with the capital raise from our ICO last year. And that prototype is one of the most advanced types of hardware of its kind in the world. And what we're currently doing now is looking for manufacturers to roll out our production. And when we get to that stage, we'll be then releasing our test networks all across the world with these community leaders that we've identified through the Telegram group.
This dongle that I'm looking at on blockmesh.io /hardware is really cool. I mean, and this allows people to participate in the mesh network. I mean, what's the range of one of these dongles to connect to other ones?
The range currently that we've gotten as a maximum range is about 30 miles.
Wow.
That would be the absolute maximum range from keyring to keyring.
That's insane.
Yeah. So it's very easy for us to do a network. We're busy developing a more robust system that will allow for a higher data transaction rate, which would be more like a large router. But that is in an emergency case, that is as far as you can go.
Well, I think, you know what this would be great for? This would be great, and this is just an idea, is that you have boats all over the world, and boats don't have ways to communicate with each other. But usually boats are within 100 kilometers of another boat. And if you can get a dongle on every boat out there, you could literally build a global mesh network on the water. An internet network that doesn't exist in the world today. That would be super cool.
Yeah, we can definitely roll out a data network like that. That is definitely within our capabilities. And as I mentioned, we also connect directly to low orbital satellites. So one of our IoT functions that we're busy looking at now is a basic emergency button. So anywhere in the world where there's a low orbital site, you can push a button and send an emergency alert with your exact coordinates over the IoT network.
Wow, that's insane. All right.
Yeah, so if you're sinking in the middle of the ocean, you could send us a distress call.
That's insane. I think that's like such the coolest thing that I've seen here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and doing this with me.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on board.